One often overlooked aspect is document management. What happens when you have poor document management? Shoeboxes. Lots of shoeboxes. Poor document management can create a whole world of grief for you and your client, so be sure to incorporate these guidelines into your practice. First and foremost, the information contained in the source document should be recorded in its appropriate accounting journal as soon as possible. Once the information is entered into the accounting system itself, that source document should be quickly filed away, ideally in a manner that makes retrieval as easy as possible. Document control is important so that needed items are easier to track down. One method for doing this is to pre-number your documents before filing them away. Once the documents are filed away, a set of internal control procedures specifying who has access to the documents, as well as the chain of custody required to ensure preservation of the source documents, is important as well. There might be certain mandates in place specifying how long source documents must be kept, usually about 5 to 7 years, but generally, a company will set down its own policies. Keeping source documents around longer might prove useful in the event of a lawsuit or just as a way to gauge internal metrics. Generally speaking, photocopies of source documents are legally acceptable, as long as they are readable and contain all of the information provided in the original. In many cases, photos, PDFs, and e-forms are also acceptable, making the digitization of existing source documents an important consideration as well. A good document management system is a kind of insurance against the unforeseen. Most companies also have document retention policies that dictate how long certain records need to be preserved. Let's hear from one of our experts about the importance of maintaining source documents.
It's really important in your bookkeeping practice to have a system for sharing and storing source documents. This could be bank statements, it could be receipts, it could be amortization schedules, all kinds of things. It could even be a purchase contract for a new vehicle or something like that. Anything that's going to affect the balance sheet or the profit and loss, either on a transactional basis or an overall balance month to month. I personally use QuickBooks Online for Everything, which has a receipt capture system and a way to share documents with my clients. So that's personally what I use. There are also lots of apps out there that you can use to collect docs with your clients. Or you could even use something like a Google Drive folder and share that folder with the client and have them upload documents from there. The one thing I do want to recommend, though, is that you have a naming convention. Sometimes people take a picture with their camera of a receipt and send it to you, and it's got this string of numbers and letters that make no sense to anybody. And when you add that to a folder or a document sharing system, there's no way of knowing what that document is unless you physically open it. So come up with a naming convention. It's a receipt, it's a statement, it's whatever it is, and then maybe a date, amount, I don't know. But you need to come up with some sort of system so that your documents are very easy to look up, no matter what system you use to share documents with your clients.